Hi, everyone. So let's think about our mind as being the house of our thoughts. If this is so, then you can consider that the contents of our mind are like the inhabitants of our house, meaning our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our sensations, our memories, our emotions, all sorts of contents. We could even think that the furniture of our mind house is like the permanent blocks of our mind. And part of those will be strong, intense memories, some permanent attitudes we have, some mind structures indeed. But let's think mainly about the moving parts, what we can change easily. Well, the things we pay attention to, they gain some mind energy from us. If we think a lot about specific contents, those contents are easily accessed in the future, and they get even more easily accessed if we keep thinking about them. We can even become obsessed, of course. And those mind contents, it's quite important that we choose them wisely. In the same way, we can sort of choose the kind of emotions that we want to cultivate in our mind. We can choose the kind of memories we want to pay attention to. Perhaps we don't really like resentment, meaning going back and back and back to lousy memories from our past. Resentiment, meaning we refeel them again and again. That's not good for our mental health and for our happiness. And indeed, when we have a thought, we pay attention to it eventually, and the quantity of energy it gets depends on how often we pay attention to it and how intensely we do it. The same goes for emotions, the same goes for memories coming back and forth. Even sensations, it is well known that even our brains, when we pay attention to specific sensations, the brain assigns more and more neurons to process those sensations. And if there is some kind of body movement connected with those sensations, our brain also assigns more neurons to process the movement. Then, of course, we must think that it's quite important to choose what kind of movements we cultivate in our mind and in our body, what emotions, what sensations, what feelings, what thoughts, and so on. And it's good that we choose properly because then we might be happier. And it's good to cultivate a good quality of thinking. If we pay attention to it, we might notice that lots of the inhabitants in our minds do not actually belong to us. They are borrowed from other people. We are not the creators of eventually the majority of thoughts in our minds. We borrow them, we acquire them, listen to them, we read them, we learn about them, but we are not the authors, we are not creatively producing them. Some thoughts are even felt by us like sort of invaders of our mind. Again, we can cultivate focus, we can cultivate the amount of energy we give to each thought, each emotion, each sensation. And then, of course, one important thing is the quantity of time that we spend thinking certain thoughts or repeating them, cultivating some emotions, going back to some memories. We have lots of choice in this. It's a matter of paying attention to it and deliberately replacing some thoughts, some emotions, some sensations, some ideas, or intensifying them, or finding new ones, or finding new combinations, or spending more time with each one that we like to cultivate. Of course, this is the main idea for today. And as usual, if you like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back.